Hi, this will be a surprise. You haven't seen one of these for a while. Truth is, I've been really busy over the summer and just not had the time to complete last season's videos. So there'll be a few more of these to watch over the coming weeks from last season. So look out for them, especially if you enjoy these football tourist guides. For those of you watching one of these for the first time, this is the brainchild of Jane. You may already know that Jane writes a very successful blog. If you didn't, then you can read all about this trip in more detail on our website, which is janestewart.co.uk. The idea is we visit the towns and cities of the teams that we're playing, making a weekend of it, showing you a bit more of England and the places we visit, and to this end we go to museums, theatres, places of interest, basically just doing touristy stuff, getting to know as much as we can about the local culture, meeting local people so that we can show you some of the kind of things that you can also do if you decide to make a weekend of your away trips with whoever you support. In this video, we travelled down to Southampton as we drew them in the FA Cup. And it was such a long way that Jane suggested we visit Stonehenge, a place neither of us had ever been to before, on the way down. So to start the video off, let me show you just what it was like.
It's taken us 4.5 hours to get from Blackpool to Stonehenge, and it's another hour to Southampton from here apparently, so it breaks up the journey pretty nicely.
The beauty of museums is there is always a tour guide working there and they love to tell you as much as they can. And I have to say that Phil, who did such a fantastic job of explaining the mysteries of Stonehenge, is one of the best we've ever met. So let me show you what he told us. It truly is an amazing place to visit.
Well, we have Chris here. They call him Chris because the guy who dug him out initially, his name was Chris. You can see exactly where he's from. So he's from the Bodnum burial mound. Stonehenge today looks like this, which is all fallen down and broken. So you would have this little bump here, okay, and this stone here is the one that sat on the top. So if you think of Lego, it all sticks together like that.
Oh right, okay.
So they carved these all into shape. So this one stands at 13 feet high, goes into the ground by 8 feet. This stone here on the very top, you can see where they've let Ugg do it on a Friday, and he's put the holes in the wrong place. So being typical builders, they've gone, don't worry about it, Ugg, we'll turn it around, we'll start afresh from the bottom. Nobody's going to look up there. So I love all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So you have the summer solstice, which comes up from down the bottom here. So the sun comes up this way and goes straight through the middle.
Right.
Okay, so that's the longest day. The shortest day comes up on this stone here. There are 2 notches taken out of it. The lower bead is set for the horizon, and that shines through there. And when it goes to the second one, it creates like a diamond ring effect in there. So these stones here are station stones. They're set up for the lunar month.
Right, okay.
They're also set up for star movement. So when Orion turns up, it will sit directly above Stonehenge. There you go. So that is the midwinter sunset. That's a bit later on in the month. And you can see I've had to go the other side of the stone in order to catch the sun going down the thing. But I managed to catch all the golds in that. So that is Orion above Stonehenge. And it sits just between the station stones.
That's incredible.
This is the Milky Way going into Stonehenge. This is the midsummer Milky Way. Right. So without all the light pollution, this is what we should be able to see.
How many people come here for on like midsummer?
The summer solstice is between 11 to 35,000 people. Winter solstice is about between 6 to 10,000 people. There you go, that gives you an explanation of the winter solstice, the equinox and the summer solstice.
One with the receipt stamped to it. That one there, perfect.
Oh, there's more museums as well.
It's mind-boggling actually how long it's been here. Every time you move around there's like a different view, isn't there, of the stones. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's just a shame you can't get right in there and touch them and be among them. Really.
Yeah.
It's great to actually finally be here because it's something that we hear about anecdotally and seen on the telly, but actually never been. So it was an ideal opportunity today, really.
Yeah, perfect. It's very cold over here today.
Yeah, it's a bit nippy. Lots
absolutely
of sheep. We're surrounded by sheep.
We are surrounded by sheep.
And then on this side you can see the lintels much better, it's more complete.
Oh, pop-up Stonehenge. Alright, very good. Finally found some top trumps in the museum. That's how they rolled the stones.
Pressing buttons. I'm not going to risk doing my back.
No, I'm not going to do that at all.
From Stonehenge, it was about an hour's drive into the New Forest, and Jane had been told about some wild ponies that could be found on the way in. She simply had to see them.
Yeah, we're coming this way because we've been promised ponies.
Oh, here we are.
Oh yeah.
Ponies, you're right.
Oh, how cool.
Look at this. Just wandering around.
Yeah, just as you do. Just ponies.
That's how odd's that? And they don't cross over because that little dike or whatever, it's something just keeps them in them. Random ponies just...
As you do.
The first item on Jane's agenda when we arrived in Southampton was to visit the Sea City Museum, which tells the tragic story of the Titanic, which set sail on its fatal maiden voyage from Southampton. This museum was just unbelievable. It is hard to do it justice, and if you ever go, you simply must visit. It literally had Jane in tears.
They're just leaving all these children. I'll be quieter when they've gone. Here's what they've got. Things from the Titanic and the Queen Mary.
Let's go and do it.
Ship that had stopped due to an ice field and was captured by Stanley Lord. She was just 8 miles away at the time of the disaster.
Well, we've just come out of the Titanic exhibition. What do you think?
Crying. Yeah, it's the most powerful exhibition I've ever seen. Really, really good. If you get a chance, well, if you come into Southampton, definitely come to this. It's just, it's really, really powerful.
It's an incredible museum, isn't it? It really is. It's just, yeah, what a story, and how sad as well, you know. And a lot of the safety that's come, you know, in today was developed because of all the mistakes they made over the Titanic. So,
but it was all, you know, people from Southampton. It was all, very sad.
Yeah. So.
£1 coin for that. I think I might have £1 coin in my pocket.
Oh, might
I
you?
think I might. They're all facing. I think you're blue. Well, there's the ball. How does it work? Is it working? Did that pound come out?
Nope. Is there a button to press? Oh, that's a shame. Not putting anything else in, they don't work. The football match. It's unusual, isn't it?
Look at the old terrace.
Swan Vestas.
Brilliant.
After that, Jane had researched a bar that had shuffleboard, and it was a short 5-minute walk away. So it was time for another Jane versus Lee. So let's see who would be the winner in Southampton.
It's okay, we're going to go and have a game of shuffleboard. Look at all these games to play. What a great pub. Nice cellar. Proper sports pub this. They've got table football and they've got darts. They have 2 darts balls as well. Champione with an 8 gets the win, 2-1.
I'm blaming the sand or lack of.
Okay. Technicality then. Steward's inquiry.
Yeah.
Well, highly recommend that pub. Absolutely fantastic. Loads of games.
I'm standing on a higher step, so I look taller.
Yeah, she's on a higher step than me. The Mayfire Village, check it out. We then set off for the hotel, which I have to say was incredibly posh, a place called Chilworth Manor, which was originally a stately home. Jane got a great deal on the hotel, and wow, it was stunning. Oh, it's tree-lined.
In half a mile,
Half a mile?
turn left.
It's Manor, don't you know?
We're staying here?
We are.
Bloody hell, we're staying with the Queen.
In 0.1 miles,
King, staying with the King.
turn left.
Wow, this is impressive. This is one way in, one way out.
Destination reached. Well done out there. I'll be ready for the next mission.
Next, we were off to find you somewhere nice to eat, as Jane will explain.
Where are we going here, Jane?
We're going to the Cowheards for tea.
Where have you found this?
On the Good Beer Guide app. Search for places that do food, and this had the nicest menu, so here we are.
Perfect.
And then just like, oh yeah, see what this is going on.
It's nice, isn't it?
Super, thank you.
So you're on the
The duck parfait.
duck parfait for Jane, and I'm on a prawn cocktail starter.
That looks very nice.
That looks beautiful,
It's
doesn't
very
it?
healthy.
And for mains, Jane, what?
It's a chicken and vegetable Penang curry. Looks amazing. It hasn't got chilies on it.
So I'm on the old fish and chips.
And I'm having one of your chips.
The nickel
Thank you
one.
very much.
Thank you. Where are we off to now?
We're off to a micro pub,
Yeah.
which is also a bookshop.
Right,
Called
okay.
the Bookshop Ale House.
Right, okay.
They've got Bristol Beer Factory Milled Stout, so that's great. They've got books, they've got shelves and shelves of books that you can buy. You can bring your own food in. There's a very nice smelling pizza on that table over there that I'm quite tempted to go and snack on a piece of.
Right.
But yeah, it's very good. Nice. Working. I like working.
Where are we now, Jane?
We're at the Guide Dog.
The guide dog. What's...
It looks quite local.
Yeah.
It's another little pub.
Okay.
Been recommended, so let's give it a go. Can I have the KP nuts, please? Yeah, we're here for the FA Cup tomorrow. Yeah.
And then we drove over to Portsmouth. Shh, don't say it too loud. One of the highlights for Jane on this trip was a chance to meet the brewer of one of her favourite breweries, Powder Monkey, in Portsmouth, which was only about 30 minutes drive away. We simply had to go, so let me introduce you to the guys we met over there from the brewery so they could tell you a bit more about their beers.
So we've arrived in Portsmouth. So what's the reason we've come all the way to Portsmouth, Jane?
When we really want to be in bed. Because Powder Monkey Brewing Company is a friend of mine on Twitter, and they're doing a tap takeover at the old Customs House here in Portsmouth tonight.
Right.
And they've invited me along, so I thought as we're only half an hour away, it'd be rude not to pop in, so here we are.
All right, let's do it.
So these guys, they're part of them, or them up in the chapter and all that.
What's your name? Marcus. Mark will tell you about the beer. Dealer's choice, this one. So this is the barbecue sizzler. This is a beer that uses Nelson Sauvin and Hallertau Blanc hops.
I don't think we're going to be able to hear this.
I know, yeah.
Okay, just come outside, it's so loud in there. Just tell me a little bit about the beer again.
So we're here in the bracing cold to discuss this beer we've got. So we pulled one out at random from the kind of selection of cans we've got available in the pub. What we've pulled out is Barbecue Sizzler, which is the second in our sort of barbecue series of beers. So the first was quite much more of a heavy, sticky IPA. This is a much lighter beer, designed to pair with sort of lighter side of barbecue cooking. So you can imagine things like grilled seafood, white fish especially, kind of things where you've got herbs cut through the dish. This has got a really fragrant hop aroma that will help tease out those kind of flavours. So what we've got in this beer is 2 hops primarily on the aroma profile, both of which derive their name from a Sauvignon Blanc. So we've got the Hallertau Blanc, a German hop, and Nelson Sauvin.
Wow.
So you've got that kind of white grape, gooseberry kind of character, and it stays like really fresh and light. A good hit of wheat in there, which gives it quite a sweet body, and it just stays really light and fresh and quite green in a way. And it would be overpowered quite easily by kind of your more traditional, heavier, sticky barbecue dishes. So it is that kind of, I'd say grilled seafood, but also chicken, kind of lighter dishes to pair with. So kind of the second in the range of beers that we've all kind of designed to to play off that idea of pairing beer with food rather than pairing wine with food, which is what most people traditionally have gone for. So yeah, there's a great book called the Brewmaster's Table by Oliver Garrett, which I'd recommend to anyone who's currently watching this. So it's an excellent read.
If people want to order this, how do they get in touch with you? Or your website, or give yourself a plug.
powdermonkeybrewing.com.
Okay.
That's kind of our place to be. If you just Google Powder Monkey, you can see us on Instagram, Facebook. It's
do you deliver anywhere? Or?
Yeah, nationwide.
Right, okay.
Delivery. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's £45 sort of minimum spend we get anywhere in the country.
Brilliant. Right.
And there's all sorts of deals online to get through. So
let's just look at that beer again.
There you go. So this is just the one we pulled out by chance, but a whole host of beers on the website. So take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fabulous. I like the design and everything on that.
Yeah, it's quite cool on this one. I really like the colour stands out quite nicely. So it's
okay, perfect.
The following day was the day of the match, and you can watch what happened if you click on this link here. Hope you enjoyed this football tourist guide. If you did, please give it a like. You can also subscribe to watch more of these. There is a subscribe button somewhere around there. And if you'd like to watch more of these football tourist guides, there's a full playlist just there. And there's also a full playlist of matchday vlogs just there. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one.